There are many ways to solidify your reputation as a great chef. You can rack up Michelin stars, nab a James Beard Award, or score a coveted 4-star review from the New York Times. But what if you win a plastic Vikings helmet by dominating the 2nd annual First We Feast Nacho Battle? What type of culinary icon could you become then? That's what we're here at Empellón Cocina to find out. Last year, DJ Dieselboy had the audacity to challenge Empellón's Alex Stupak in a one-on-one nacho showdown. Knowing that nachos are the great equalizer, Stupak gamely accepted and proceeded to crush Dieselboy's spirits. This year, we're giving Dieselboy a shot at redemption and upping the ante with 3 serious new contenders. Spanish cooking maestro Seamus Mullen of Tertulia, green market specialist Michael Anthony of Gramercy Tavern, and the modernist master Wylie Dufresne of Alder and WD-50. The challenge? Simply to make the best nachos possible by any means necessary. Let's get this party started. This year we up the ante, have a crazy cast of other chefs competing against you. Anyone you have your eye on?
I'm particularly terrified of Wylie Dufresne, my ex-boss, and his kung fu is very strong, so.
How much trash has Damien, aka DJ Dieselboy, talked to you in the past year?
Damien Higgins has been talking a meaningful amount of trash, and over the last 4 weeks it's kind of been building. I've been getting threatening text messages saying, I'm coming for you, you're gonna burn, son.
Good luck, Chef.
Thank you. How's it going, judges?
Hey, Chef.
Thanks for coming out in the snow. How are you? Okay, inspiration behind these nachos. Nachos are largely an American thing. I thought it would be fun to take a lot of the elements that are traditionally on a clayuta from Oaxaca and place those on tortilla chips. So you have some Oaxacan-style black beans with a lot of avocado leaf. You have a barbacoa of short rib, some crumbled chorizo, a little bit of a shredded quesillo, the Oaxacan string cheese, and a salsa made from Oaxacan pasilla chili. And then other than that, just a lot of fresh garnishes, so some crema, some cilantro, some onion, and some lettuce. Enjoy.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
These are not drunk nachos. Like, you need to be sober to appreciate these nachos.
Really?
I could appreciate these drunk.
It's a bunch of chips with a bunch of meat on it.
No, it's, you want to be able to, you know, give this meat its due, because this was very thought about meat.
The thing that gives this platter of nachos that kind of like satisfying, just like shove it in your mouth quality for me is the beans. Because the beans are so well cooked. They're super tender, but they're not mush.
I know, everyone says they want a girl who can like wear jeans or a dress, and I feel that way about these nachos.
I don't wear jeans,
I could,
so that never works for me.
I could take them drunk or sober.
I'm excited to see this sort of as our nacho pace car and see where everybody, you know, takes it from there.
I'm gonna try not to keep eating them.
They really are great.
A lot of your cooking is very green market inspired. How do you bring that to a dish like nachos, which often people see in bars and with very basic ingredients?
We decided to go with ingredients that we know and love and work them into that format. We wanted to show off great crunch. We wanted to show off a rich, deep flavor. We wanted to aim for some ingredients that are kind of typical from here, and then we also wanted to make sure that it had enough acidity and heat.
Hey, Chef.
Hi.
All right, we have a plate of nachos for you guys to share. This is beer marinated smoky beef nachos with a grilled salsa verde, wild rice, shell beans, and homemade ají dulce pickles. Our cheese is a Cabot cloth-bound cheddar, the bread and butter of Jasper Hill Farm.
Great.
Cool.
Thank you, Chef.
Good luck, you guys.
I was seeing the carrots and I was a little offended by them, but now that I'm in it,
I love when they respect a classic and elevate it. And that's what this is. It didn't try to, you know, completely go outside the boundaries or do too much overthinking of it or doing too much deconstruction of it. What it did is take each single element and just loft it up.
That beef is crazy tender. It has incredible beef flavor. The ají dulce has this really floral aroma. You have these beans that are really beautifully cooked. Every element is just insanely delicious.
Now that we're getting to the end of it, though, there aren't enough chips to deal with
Not
all the
enough
rest.
chips, that's what I'm saying.
People get crazy with toppings on nachos all the time. It's a little bolder to switch out the chip, which I believe you've done today. Talk about that decision.
Well, I kind of wanted to play with something that sort of takes a typically unhealthy dish like nachos and makes it a little bit more healthy. And so I decided to go with something that was not corn-based. And we made a chip that has flaxseed and quinoa in it. Regardless of who you are and how much you care about your health, the nachos are delicious. And to maybe make a dish that fulfills that craving and has all of those elements but is actually good for you was a challenge and something I wanted to do. Hello.
Hey, Chef.
Hello.
All right, taking the nacho theme, something very unhealthy, to a place that's a little more healthy, which is pretty important to me. These are proiochos, so it's a probiotic nacho. We have, instead of chips, a crisp made from flaxseed and quinoa underneath, gluten-free. And then there's a raw cow's milk cheese melted in, kimchi and mojo picon puree, and an avocado and kefir puree. And then some fermented cabbage and a little bit of crispy bacon in there just to round it all out, and some cilantro and some pickled peppers as well.
Awesome.
Thanks, enjoy.
The flaxseed or whatever chip, it's very dominating.
I actually really love the chip. For me, I think the problem is there's just so much cheese that all I taste is cheese, and then when I get a bite with bacon, all I taste is cheese and bacon.
There are these really great little treasures in there that, you know, the pickled greens in there are fantastic. I'm friends with these nachos.
I'd say I'm acquaintances with nachos.
Tough date.
Last year, you won Best Chef New York James Beard Awards. How important is this win to your credibility as a chef?
This is much more important than the James Beard Award, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I need this.
And are you a fan of the individually topped chip or the big pile of chips?
We're going to go sort of chips down and lay everything on it. Ultimate nacho style.
Hello, judges.
Hello, Chef.
Hello, chef.
There's the bribery.
We went to France for our nachos. These are foichos, as we're referring to them. Vadavan tortilla chips, foie gras, apples. Those look like olives, but they're actually black truffles. We made our own cheese out of brie and calvados, refried lentils, parsley, a little bit of Vadavan spice, and we're serving you French 75s.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chef.
Enjoy. Thank you.
I don't know how to think about this, to be honest. Because it looks like nachos, but tastes like nothing like nachos at all.
There's something about the way the flavors almost aren't interplaying that's holding me back. I can't quite get past the graininess of the lentils.
I'm feeling it. Everything you want a nacho to do to your brain, this does, but just in a different key. The Vadavan, I mean, that kind of curry kind of flavor is never a flavor that you would ever think would be in nachos, but like there is that sense of, oh, there's like a spice here. And so that hits you. And then like when you want something that's kind of sleazy and really kind of fatty, you have fried foie gras and you have like molten brie poured all over it. So it like, I don't know, it totally works for me.
All the ingredients aren't necessarily like slopping around together, and it does feel like more to me like some kind of hors d'oeuvre where each bit is a bit more separate. Yeah, they're independent. This is refreshing, light, it has good acid and a little effervescence, so you know that'll like clean up all some of that foie fat and like your lentil creaminess and all that stuff. So I think it works well.
I don't think you would be offended if I said you're the dark horse of this competition. Anyone you're particularly frightened of?
Probably Alex. I mean, all of them, I'm kind of frightened of all of them. They're obviously amazing chefs and they do this for a living. I am pretty much a home cook. I'm a little nervous. I think I'm gonna do okay though. Hey guys.
Hey, Chef.
French Slam call me chef. This is amazing. This is kind of my take on just basic nachos. It's essentially a tortilla chip. We have a pork gravy. We have a cheese sauce with a little bit of Velveeta, a little bit of Parmesan, some sharp cheddar, and a cheese called Pleasant Ridge. There's also a pico de gallo made with pips of pomelo, so it's more like a pipo de gallo, a grapefruit crema, and they have a lime squeeze and cilantro. And a smoked pickled jalapeno ring hiding in there. So enjoy.
We've got all sorts of presents.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
They have a great fragrance and good acid. I think there's a lot of sweet going on with both the pork and the cheese sauce. I think they're kind of doubling up on that sweet flavor. There's a good amount of heat though. I like spice.
It is a sloppy pile of chips, meat, and cheese. But every flavor is considered and they all work together. I think it's badass.
It's not leading me anywhere new, but you don't, sometimes you just need to have a hookup with your old nacho buddy or something like that.
So this is your nacho
Because they
booty
know
call?
how to
This is
hit
my
you
nacho
This is
booty
your
call.
nacho booty call.
in the familiar places.
No, these nachos say, you up? These were some really incredibly thoughtful nachos that ranged from abandoned to academia.
Each chef had a different perspective, and they each brought something different to the table and something distinctive.
Alex, for instance, he comes out and says, nachos have become this sort of American thing, and he re-Mexicanized that.
There are no losers on this nacho table today, only ones who don't go home with the Viking crown.
Winner of the 2014 First We Feast Nacho Battle. Mike Anthony of Gramercy Tavern. Please accept your Viking helmet. Hold it proudly.
I gotta give big props to Saman, who worked his butt off to make this possible for us to get here. I want to say a huge thank you for the smart idea and having us out. Who knew that nachos could be so crazy? Looking forward to next year.